Hello, beautiful dancers. Namaste and welcome back for another appointment of our A Cup of Tea. Today it's summer. It's a hot summer in Sicily, so I will not have an actual tea. It's just fresh water with a little bit of lemon, but it's gonna work the same. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a while. My hair have been growing back, and something else has been growing back, which is my belly, because yes, I am pregnant and I would love to share with you a few insights and ideas and my own experience with this very transformative and powerful journey as a dancer. For those new to this channel, my name is Lamia Barbara. I've been teaching dance and yoga internationally for more than 15 years, sharing my passion for movement arts in over 20 countries all around the world. In this space, I share with you videos, tutorials, and inspirations for your dance and yoga journey in order to help you to find your own inner strength and harmony. If you're interested and would love to see more, subscribe to this channel and click on the bell button to receive all the fresh updates. As I am entering the 8th month of this journey into pregnancy, I would love to share with you my journey so far as a pregnant dancer. Because it has not been easy, definitely not easy, but very transformative and very powerful. And I need to make a disclaimer here first. First thing first, let's all remember with all human experiences that we all have different bodies, different ways to react to different situations. So whatever I'm going to say and to share with you, it just applies to my own experience with my own body. So please always refer to yourself first, to what you feel with your body, and also consult your OB/GYN, your doctors, to understand what is going on, because pregnancy can be very transformative on so many different levels, and especially with dance and movement, we have to be very adaptive to the ever-changing situation. So I would love to start to how I found out. So it was January, and I was actually into this roller coaster moment, full of shows, full of classes, because January, especially, I don't know, in Italy, it's like the moment where everyone is going back to fitness and dance classes. So I was pushing a lot and I was training like crazy, and I was also performing like crazy. Like every week or maybe twice a week I had a different gig in a different town. So I was really pushing hard into my body, and I didn't know I was pregnant. So the first thing that happened is that I started to feel a few signals from my body, which were kind of weird. I was like, this is weird. But one of the first signals was that I was feeling tired than usual, especially during my training schedule and with the gigs, with the shows and the classes and everything. But what I thought is, okay, well, Barbara, you're 35, so you're probably just getting a little bit older, and maybe the body is just changing, and then this is why you're tired. So this might also be one of the reasons why I was feeling tired, but then I realized why it was feeling that tired and that soon. So this was one of the first signals. But then, as a body-centered person, as a dancer, I was feeling like very different changes into my body, like especially with the smell. Like I could smell I was so sensitive with my smell. I could walk on the street and maybe, 100 meters from me, there was someone with a strong scent or perfume, and I was like almost throwing up. But it was like so far away from me. Like something like this never happened before in my life. And that was weird. And I remember clearly that when this happened, I was like, am I pregnant? But I was like, no, it's not possible. Because yeah, me and my partner Luigi, we were not like looking for it. We were hoping maybe that someday we could have a moment to dedicate to having a child. And yeah, we were wondering, I mean, how do you say in English? We were, like dreaming of it, but we were not actively looking for it. So it kind of happened. So I was not aware of being pregnant, but when I smell so sensitively this scent, I was like, this is weird. Am I pregnant? Oh no, it can't be. And I just, you just move on. And then another signal was my hunger. Like I was so hungry, so hungry. The first month I was, I don't know, eating like really double, which is not something recommended, but I was, as I said, training a lot and dancing a lot and teaching a lot all over the place. So I was like, okay, I need to eat more. This is what my body needs. And I was just going with the flow with this. And I remember I was so hungry, more than usual, which is even weirder. So how did I discover? Well, my period is usually like a clock, like 28 days, and that's my period. It's like really connected with it's very scheduled. So when I started to have a few days after I was expecting my period, I was like, this is very weird, very, very weird. Okay, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. On the 5th day, I was like, okay, this is something, now we need to check it out. And this is when I made my test and I discovered, and it was actually the beginning of February. Yeah, I remember actually it was San Valentine. I don't know, it's San Valentino. So it was on the 14th of February, right before my birthday. So it was like the most epic and life-changing birthday present ever. And I remember I was so emotional when I discovered. It was like, okay, wow, I didn't expect that, and I'm so happy, and I'm so anxious and excited and everything all together. Like you have this waterfall of emotions, and yeah, it was very, very beautiful. My first trimester was very, very hard as a pregnant dancer. Okay, I am talking my own experience as a pregnant dancer. The first month was over because, as I said, I didn't know for the first month that I was pregnant. But then the second and the third month was so hard because me feeling tired began to shift into me feeling fatigued, and into me feeling so fatigued that I couldn't do almost anything. Like I couldn't train any longer. I couldn't teach as I wanted to do or go and have gigs and shows. I was so tired. And I remember clearly I could just drag myself from the sofa to the bed, and that was it. Like I had to sleep, I don't know, 16 hours per day and do nothing else. So it was hard. It was hard because I had to slowly cancel a few things. I couldn't say yes to many things. I had to slow it down. And this was my own personal choice because I wanted to really connect with the feelings of my body, and I didn't want to push hard. Also because I knew that the first trimester is very fragile, let's say it's very delicate. So I didn't want to push in order to create some weird situation on my body. So yeah, I had to cancel a lot of things. I had to say no to many things and to slow it down with classes. And okay, this is like public thank you, like moment of gratefulness to all my students, live classes and online classes. Thank you so much for your patience, because I was not able to do almost anything. I was trying to do just the minimum, but the minimum at some point became like the maximum, and I had to stop at some point. So this was hard. This was like a moment I said, okay, now it's a crisis going on, because my whole identity as a person was moving around me as a dancer, me as a teacher. And when my body compelled me to stop, I was like, wow, what am I now? What should I do? Is it going to be like this for 9 months? Is it going to be like this forever? Am I changing forever? So much blah blah in my head. And this is completely normal, because there is so many changes, especially in the hormones of the body. And the body needs to adapt to a whole new situation, and it's growing a new life. So much going on, right? So I was trying to be very gentle with myself and to allow this crisis and the process to happen. And it was not easy. And of course, this crisis was full of all kinds of fears and anxieties you can imagine. And again, if you're into your journey into pregnancy, and I would love to know how do you feel, please comment below, because I would love to connect with you. If you're into your journey, whatever it's the month, it's okay to have fears. It's okay to have anxieties. It's okay to feel whatever you feel. So I think we as pregnant people have to just allow the process to flow into ourselves. And sometimes this flow is very low, and sometimes it's very high, and it really feels like a roller coaster of emotions. But everything is going into its own place if we allow ourselves to just feel what we have to feel. So yeah, so many fears, so many anxieties, but I always try to remember in my heart, into my mind, to my soul, the beautiful words of Roberta, which is my doula, which told me, if you dive into this experience, if you dive into it deeply, it's like being reborn. And this single phrase changed completely my behavior towards this super transformative experience. I'm always trying to refer to some kind of, I wouldn't say faith in a religious way, but a faith into the process, a faith into the flow. Everything is going to happen, and it's going to be in its right place in the right moment. So even if sometimes feels very hard, we need to have this kind of faith to move on with a higher spirit. Second trimester was very different, and I think for me the second trimester began around the 4th month, the end of the 4th month. I don't know why, but the end of the 4th month was like, whoa, so many energies are back, so I can do so many things again. And I started dancing again. And I remember it was very emotional, because I almost stopped completely from dancing for so long. And when I started back, I was like crying, like, wow, I miss this. And it was a really hard, like no hard, a really strong realization on what do I feel with dance and how my body feels with dance. So again, the process was there to tell me something. But anyways, especially the 5th month was filled with many dance events because I scheduled like the year before. I had so many dance events going on. I went to Rome for Roma Tribal Meeting and have a beautiful projects with my friends Elizabeth and Lely. And then we had the end of the year show with my students in Catania. So I had to go to Catania so much often to rehearse and to have the show. And then we had also, I had a few gigs into Indian classical dance, which was something because stomping your feet while you have such a big uterus is so very different and so very special, I would say. Like the relationship with grounded body and with heart is so different when you're pregnant, when your body is so different. But yeah, it was filled with these shows. I had a very big show in a museum here in Palermo with my Indian dance guru, and I also have a show in another archaeological park here in Sicily. I mean, it was filled with dance. And I'm very grateful for having all these gigs in the 5th month because one of the main difficulties that I had was to fit into costumes. Yeah, because I couldn't fit into my costumes anymore. And still on the 5th month, my belly was not that big and I could try to fix it. I mean, to fix the costumes around it in a presentable way. But now that I am on my 8th month, definitely it wouldn't go, like they wouldn't fit any longer. I needed to find something else or just change the costume completely. And when, especially with Indian classical dance costumes, which are like tailored on you, I'm like, ooh, okay, I need to change into something else. But yeah, I was very grateful for that. And another difficulty was traveling. Like traveling, oh my God. I wanted to, I don't know, punch everyone. They say motherhood makes you more, calm and relaxed and more gentle with people. I'm not. Like I wanted to kill everyone. Not really, but those long lines and I've been traveling so much in my life that now even slow travels, I mean from here to Rome is not that much, feels a lot. I'm like, ooh, too much. But anyways, with a pregnant belly and having to pee every 5 minutes and being more tired than usual because tiredness is still there, not like the first trimester, but still there. It was something, like it was kind of harder than usual, let's say. But yeah, we made it. And here we are, 3rd trimester. And it's my first pregnancy and first 3rd trimester ever. So I still don't know what is going to happen from here on. But what I can say, again, this is just my own experience with my own body, is that I'm feeling super energetic. So I don't know how, because sometimes I heard from other mothers and pregnant friends that the 3rd trimester is like the heaviest in the sense of being super fatigued again and super, heavy in the sense of being heavy, having like a large belly to carry on. But me, I'm feeling like super energetic most of the days, and then I need massive naps to recover, and then again I am super energetic and going on like this. Who knows what's going on in my body. I also had to change my diet like at least 3 times, maybe more, I can't remember. But yeah, I had a few problems during my pregnancy with my bowels, and I needed to change my diet in order to feel good again. So maybe now that I'm feeling good again with this new diet, it might be why I'm feeling so energetic, so creative. I am starting again to do things and share and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, heaviness is there. I mean, the belly is pretty large now, but not that much to not allow me to still dance a little bit in a very different way. Thank you so much for joining me during this little talk with my tea, let's say. Okay, it's not tea, it's water. Thank you so much. I hope you found this inspiring and helpful for your dance journey. Even if you are pregnant or not, I encourage you to share your thoughts and share this video with your friends. I would love to hear from you, so let's comment below and I will be there for you. See you next week and have a lovely weekend. Mwah!